Right, okay, so back again for another Blade Runner. I'm just gonna go straight into it pretty much because um I'm kind of late today already. Is apologies. It's Friday stuff. I kind of fell asleep earlier on about 6:30 and then woke up about like an hour and a bit later. I had to rush around a bit, call my sister because she's birthday today, and then yeah. Well, anyway, I've also noticed that according to my stream thing, oh, it's the black edges, right? That's it. Because I don't see on your stream, you'll see there's like a black edge on the Windows 98 thing, and that's not showing up on mine, and it's because I'm gonna have to fix that at some point. But yeah, I'll get that sorted. Anyway, let's get on with today's stream. Three. Why is this? Okay, what if my screen's suddenly? Oh, what if my screen turned off because I stupidly turned the wrong bloody screen off? Right, hang on a minute. Meant to switch it to D-sub mode and I turned it off instead. Right, I need to turn this on. I need to. Sorry. There we go. And then what else do I need to do? Oh, we need to hear the sound. And then I need to switch over this cable. That should be everything now. Whilst we're waiting for that to sort out, I need to sort out my tags. What do you mean an unknown error occurred? Right, hang on a minute. Restart this. Not the stream, hopefully. Hopefully it won't do what happened last week. Jesus. Okay, so Windows 98. Point and click. Retro English. That's done. Right, that's the tag sorted. Make sure everything's fine. Yeah, okay, cool. So, I should be able just to go straight in and play the game. Go. Let's move this up a bit because if I remember right, this sound was a bit low down. So the last time we, I believe we had a quick go at this shooting area, and as you can see, I've done quite a good job. I think I did slightly better than last time. So last time I did about 59. This one I did 60. Still not quite beating Steel's score, but you know, it's not that far off. So that's a good run. Don't want to open that up. We've got a new area I think we need to look at as well. As we, there was a new death that could be involved in what we need to look at. Let me just look to see if there's any clues. There we go. Oh, Tyrell security. So the other thing we need to do then in that case is we need to go into here and load that up in the room. So where, and it's this one.
Scanning video disk. 2 enhanceable images found. Scanning video disk. 1 enhanceable image found. Adding enhanceable photographs to Kaya database.
Right. So this one we
Tyrell
need to...
Grav Test Lab.
This one we need to look at. Okay. Let's look at a dog.
The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe? Give me a hard copy of that.
Okay, have a look at the face.
The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me. Like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Anemoid Row. Give me a hard copy of that.
Have a look at Uzi. Nothing I can see about that one. Nope. Is this? Mm-mm.
A bomb. Give me a hard copy of that.
Have a look at this guy. Can I not? Yeah, there you go. Maybe I can have a look at one of these. So I want to look at this one.
A takeout box from Kingston Kitchens. Give me a hard copy of that.
Right, I think that's pretty much what we're going to get out of this. I remember this because I played this a couple of times, so I know there's a certain amount of images you can get from one. Should be it, hopefully. Let's upload everything.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Okay, see if there's anything new.
The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me. Like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Anemoid Row.
Describe them to me again.
Just the Rastafarian fellow. And that friend of his. A slim blonde man, Asian, with a ponytail. Can I see my attorney?
Bravo, Spencer. You've done your civic duty for the day. This is Crystal Steel, badge number BR61354. Still working the explosion at the Tyrell manufacturing plant. It'll take a day or so to analyze the debris, but there's no doubt in my mind that we're dealing with a bomber here. Right now, it looks like the protesters had nothing to do with it. They were in too close proximity to have been in on the deal. No MOs or identities are rolling up just yet, and I'm still going through the inset files to see if any replicant munitions experts are unaccounted for.
Go talk to the guy who was at the gun shop.
The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe?
This is Crystal Steel, badge number BR61354, conducting the interrogation of Spencer Gregorian, leader of CARS, Citizens Against Replicant Slavery, November 22nd, 2019.
I once again asked that my attorney...
Shut it, shitbird. I'm asking the questions. We've already put you on the machine, so we know you're not a skin job.
That term offends me.
Okay, so you're not one of those biomechanical scumbags. And you claim to not know anything about the bombing at Tyrell.
This is true. We advocate equal rights under the law for replicants. We have nothing against Tyrell Corporation for creating them.
That's some sick logic.
The replicants are living organisms, whether people like you like it or not. Replicants contribute greatly to the economic well-being of our culture. They cannot be discounted as such.
Hell, it'd be no skin off my nose if each and every one of them was hosed down for good. You ever see this guy?
Why, yes. Actually, I have. He was present at the protest. He's not part of our group, but outsiders are usually welcome.
How many new faces showed up that day?
Not too many. A handful at most.
Describe them to me.
I don't know if I can.
Oh no? Recording off.
Yeah, it sounds like she's gonna rough him up for that one.
Kingston Kitchens. Where have I heard that before?
Those are the two images.
It was a Tyrell sales brochure for the Nexus series. The kind of glossy hype that ends up littering the floor at trade shows. This one was for the new entertainment model, a comedian designed to entertain the troops off-world.
Now, that's interesting because... well, I'm sort of semi going to spoil it here, but when we went to the White Dragon Inn, or the bar, there was a guy dressed up in that kind of sparkly pink thing. That could have been the entertainment model. I believe we'd meet him later on.
Most of the employees I see coming in morning and night, but old Marcus, Dr. Eisenduler, he almost never left his lab. I think it had something to do with the air outside, and the germs. I once heard him complain about it.
Okay, so that's about it for the clues. See if we've got anything on lab.
Laboratory.
He's not there. Okay, so we've been here at Animoid Row. The only place we haven't been is Tyrell's. So I think it's worth going... let's go Tyrell first. We'll come back to Animoid Row and see if that person we spoke to last week, who said that we're going to get some information, I believe, has got back to us yet. Oh, we've already been here. Of course we did.
Messy up there, isn't it?
I forgot we'd been here.
I may have more questions for you later on.
Yes, sir.
Ah. Okay. He's still here.
You spot anything you think I ought to know about, tell me.
Absolutely.
I'd seen more dead animals than live ones in the last 24 hours, and now it was dogs. 3 of them. I thought about Maggie and nearly threw up.
Okay, no. Okay, sorry, I thought that I could see Tyrell. I know you can at some point.
Eisenduller had used his dog's name as a password. The Tyrell brass wouldn't be too happy if they knew I was snagging a copy of their files, but someone had wanted them bad enough to kill Eisenduller, so I figured they must be worth having.
Right, Brill. DNA Marcus. Weapons order form. I wonder whether we need to speak to the guy at the weapons shop. Get back to you later.
That a 45 blaster under your coat, or you just happy to be here?
You got good eyes.
They ought to be. They're the only organs of mine that survived the Phobos Wars intact.
Ray McCoy, Rep Detect.
Blade Runner, huh? How come I never heard of you?
I just got assigned.
Yeah, I'm kind of buddies with Davy Holden. How's he doing?
Word is he's gonna be okay.
That skin job must have been pretty damn quick getting by Davy like that. He's the best in the business.
He'll be back on the job soon.
So, speak to him about the weapons.
You sell any off-world stuff? Like Ender rifles?
Nah, I ain't seen anything like that in years. Wish I had one, though. The Endo was a real workhorse. Good stopping power, decent rate of fire. You looking? Gonna cost you a bundle, I'm afraid.
Not really. Somebody shot up Runsiter's shop with one.
Sucker had it coming. I'm sure of that.
Why's that?
Runsiter's always putting on those airs like he's better than everybody else. But he'll do anything for a buck. Sell anything to anybody. That's where I draw the line. If it's suspicious, it's out of here. Got no place at Bullet Bob's.
You know anyone who might sell Ender rifles?
There's one other guy around here who dips into that stuff. Got a pawn shop down the street. Goes by the name of Ezo. But who knows what the real title is.
Ezo, huh? Sounds like you don't like him.
I've been around here a long time, Ray. It always pisses me off when some dilettante sets up shop and tries to horn in on my action.
How long has Ezo been around?
He's brand new. He's a cold son of a bitch, too. I went over to introduce myself when he first moved in, and he practically ignored me. Said he was too busy to talk. Don't think I didn't consider kicking his ass, too.
You got any decent ammo for my piece?
You mean the good stuff? 'Cause I know them police-issue spitballs just don't cut it.
Not these days.
Yeah, I know how it is. If you want to drop a skin job, you need a little extra oomph. I got a few clips around here somewhere, if you got the chin yen for it.
Okay, let's have it.
Extra ammo right now. You can actually access that through. See this here. So I've got 24 of these, and this is my unlimited supply of my gun anyway.
Thanks for your time.
Okay, that's it. So I believe we did this last week, but I was having issues with the the stream popping in and out, so it's worth doing that again, to be fair. I kind of forgot. Right, let me save. I wanna click this, but I'm not sure if it's gonna kill me or not. So let me, options, save, new slot. Big 3. Right, let's click this.
Jesus. Jesus.
Yeah, it's not doing anything, is it? Okay. I think that's it for this area. So we need to find this Ezo guy. He says he's in a junk area. There's Kingston. We can talk to her again.
Step up, step up. Mama Isabella cook you something special. Put a glow in your cheek.
McCoy, LPD. Mind if I ask you a couple of questions?
Questions, they always need answers.
Oh yeah, we did this last week as well. Select photo.
This guy work for you?
No, but I wish he do. He be one fine-looking man.
You sure? Never seen him before.
I'd remembered him for sure.
The Marcus guy who used to buy Stu. So we didn't get the that. Thinking about it, we didn't get that question last time, and I think it's because I didn't get the images beforehand. So I'm actually quite glad I did this time.
You send a lot of deliveries over to Marcus Eisenduller at the Tyrell building?
Eisenduller. Oh, Eisenduller, yeah. Let me tell you, that man can't eat.
Send anything over lately?
No, sir. No deliveries to him no more. Not since last month. He be way behind on his bill.
Not for a month, eh?
At least. No more till him pay up.
You may have a little trouble collecting. He's dead. That stew's looking tasty.
Fix you right up. Only 30 chinion. It put a spring in your step, man. The ladies, they be loving you.
Thanks for your time.
Right, I've got a feeling that there's someone I haven't spoken to, and I've now got 240 chimney. Okay, so that could be part of the payment for me retiring the cook on the last game. Not the last game, I think it's the first game we did it on. So let me just double check whether I've actually spoken to this person at the Dragonfly area here. We haven't, right, okay.
This your work?
Ah, the dragon.
Dragon?
See? Anosoptera. Dragonfly late of the American South Swampland.
You sell jewelry with dragonflies?
Item like that, very special significance. Very rare, senor. Estate item, and most likely part of large collection. Person must have plenty money to obtain a collection.
More than I can afford.
You try Hawker's Circle. Might want to try for this. With luck, you may find.
If this is from a collection, I'm also looking for the other pieces.
I make you a deal. I found out where to get Dragonfly jewelry. Then, you buy a piece, right? For special lady friend? You come back later.
I'll do that.
You take care, chasing the dragon. Handsome man like you has lady friend, of course.
All my girl cares about is food and love.
Oh, how romantic. What is this girl's name?
Maggie.
Maggie. Ah, Maggie, senor. It's perfect, is it not?
It's kind of ugly. But you talk me into it.
Right, so we bought that last time, so I bought it again today.
Might I interest you in a snake, noble one?
Not today, thanks. You know anything about insects?
I regret that I do not, noble one, save that I feed them to my snakes.
You do what?
Artificial ones, of course. The safeguards in the design of my snakes would not allow them to swallow a real insect.
I assume that this insect is already extinct.
They all died after the war, yes.
So the fakes must be pretty expensive.
If bought in bulk, the price is acceptable. They do not need to eat them, of course, but the added realism is worth every penny. Have you ever seen such craftsmanship?
Right now I'm more interested in the insect.
Perhaps you should ask the Peruvian woman next door. She's an expert on such things, and will cut a wonderful deal to friends.
A moment, just realizing how dark this is. There we go.
You hear anything yet about that dragonfly jewelry, like what I showed you before?
No, senor. My friend, he's asking for me. If you come back later, maybe I know something more.
Right, okay. So we've done that part now. Spoke to those two. Let's save it at this point.
I got a couple of questions for you, Captain.
First one's on the house. The rest you pay for. You want chit-chat, you hire a hooker. This ain't no social club. Nice bracelet, tough guy. Who's Maggie, your mommy?
She's a dog.
So is my wife, but I sure as hell don't brag about it.
Pour me one.
Just one?
One, but one good one. Pour me one.
Just one?
One, but one good one.
Okay, I'm not getting anything else from this guy. So if I ask again,
Pour me one.
Just one?
One, but one good one.
yeah, it's going down by 5 at a time. Okay. Not worth it, I don't think. There's nothing else here.
You know who deals in insects down here?
You don't want insects? They're no good companion. But fish. Fish are good. I have every kind of fish for you. Blowfish, dorado, miniature sailfish. Very friendly.
No, thanks. I got a dog at home.
Fish just as good as dog.
No, my dog is real.
Real? Oh, you must make lots of money.
Let's get back to insects. Official LPD business.
Down that end of Animal Row, you see big green sign? You try there. Good luck with dog, friend. Hope he stays healthy.
She.
I don't think we get anything else from this. we've got Tyrell Building, Chinatown, Rumsters, which is going to be pointless anyway. Let's go back to Chinatown. Oh, now we can go this way. I knew there was a way you could kind of go through. Oh, because it goes to the back, I see. Right, okay. I don't think there's going to be anything else. Oh, that's opened. Oh, that's interesting. So, whoever it is has come out here. I'm assuming this is the cook that's come out here. Okay, so does this mean this is open up here?
Locked.
No. Alright, let's try. Let's go to police station. Right, just give me a second, I need to loot. Right. Where are we up to? Oh yes, I'm not sure what I'm doing next. Okay,
There's one other guy around here who dips into that stuff. Got a pawn shop down the street. Goes by the name of Ezo. But who knows what the real title is. He's brand new.
See? Anosoptera. Dragonfly leg.
yeah, see, let me try and see if I can find a pawn shop. I'm pretty sure it's down the other end, but let me just see if I can get some more.
During his last election campaign, Governor Kolvig promised a bold new plan of action to clean up the worst regions of the highly toxic debris that surrounds our city, the so-called kipple. Just how much progress has been made since then? We spoke to the governor just before his weekly meeting with the city council.
Our studies have shown that the kipple's effect upon Los Angeles is minor. The radiation and toxic waste is contained in relatively small pockets, all miles distant from the city center. Nevertheless, cleaning things up out there is a worthwhile goal, especially with the thousands of specials living on the city fringes. For now, all I can say is that we're looking at several options, and I'm sure everyone will be pleasantly surprised by our final proposal.
Yeah, I had to stop because sometimes it apparently is worth listening to the TV bits. So in the last act, the TV in our apartment was talking about the entertainment model, and we've already had other references to it, so we know there's something around that around here. As in the entertainment model being defective and possibly needs retiring.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Okay, nothing else. So this one's a bombing suspect. Doesn't work at Kingston now. Lucy, we do have an image for her actually. Subrans were retired. I wonder whether there's anybody in basement. This guy again.
Are they letting me out?
I'm not the one who makes that decision.
I suppose it's my turn to bear the cross for the cause.
You're Spencer Gregorian, right?
No. I really think my lawyer should be here.
Aha, okay.
I got some more questions for you. Tell me about your protest at Tyrell's plant.
I already told that other detective everything. Under duress.
I want to know about the people who were there. The Rastafarian and the Asian guy with the sunglasses.
I don't know them.
Were they together?
They seemed to be. I saw them talking.
Before or after the explosion?
Before. I didn't see them at all after. That's all I know, I swear. I wouldn't even know where to find explosives. I'm not a violent man.
Of course you aren't. You just want to let replicants walk the streets.
They're not killers, Detective. They're innocents. They just want to live a decent, productive life like you or me.
It's that simple, huh? I got some more questions for you. Lot of people involved in your cause, Spencer?
Yes, sir. We're growing fast. As more and more people realize that replicants have cognitive and emotional legitimacy, the Citizens Against Replicant Slavery will spearhead the movement towards...
Save the pitch for someone who gives a shit.
We're peaceful people, Detective. We live by a code that men like you could never understand.
Try me.
2 centuries ago, humans were held in slavery. Brave souls formed an underground railroad.
So, you help replicants escape the city.
I'm talking figuratively, Detective.
Sure you are.
We're not children, Detective. We have resources. The world is changing. People are waking up to the injustices perpetrated by a sick society that you have helped.
A lot of them will wake up dead if reps are allowed to run amok on Terra, jerk.
Right, we've done this guy before, but I think we just didn't save it.
I'm gonna give you a little test.
The other detective, she already tested me earlier today.
Uh-huh. Look, I gotta check out the equipment, and you're the only stiff around.
I object to this treatment. If you'll just call my lawyer, he'll take care.
Your lawyer would tell you I got the authority to VK the mayor if I want. And he'd have to smile and nod and kiss my butt until I cleared him. So sit down.
Remember rightly, this one is human, this one's replicant. Tell me? Yeah. Human, right, okay. Oh, I need to press this.
Reaction time is a factor in this, so please pay attention. Where do you live?
3rd sector, uptown.
Nice neighborhood?
Very. Is this going to take long?
Just keep your pants on, Spencer. You're suddenly very afraid. Why?
Perhaps I've just seen one of you Blade Runners, what's the term, retire someone.
That'd make a rep scared.
Killing makes everyone afraid.
You're crying. Why is that?
Crying? It's nothing to be ashamed of. I might cry for any number of reasons.
I'll bet. Are you taking any drugs?
No. How does your machine work? Is it a lie detector?
Not exactly. Your verbal responses aren't what's important. Why? You got something to hide, Spencer?
Absolutely not.
You've been drafted into the Army. During a boot camp hazing, you're bound, blindfolded, and forced to eat worms.
Hazing's illegal.
Oh, yeah. You're really worried about breaking the law. Wonder why I'm the one on this side of the bars.
Civil disobedience has a long history in our world.
So does genocide, but I ain't out butchering my neighbors. You suddenly feel the urge to commit suicide.
I love life too much to commit suicide. You wouldn't know about that, would you?
Okay, he's looking more like human at the moment.
You're watching TV. Suddenly you notice a wasp crawling on your wrist.
A wasp? That's an insect, isn't it?
Yeah, it stings.
Well then, I'd have to be careful. I'd stay still until it flew away.
I'll do one more medium and then go into the high.
You're 7 years old. You managed to steal several marshmallows from the kitchen and sneak them back to your bedroom. You're caught, and your father spanks you.
Well, it sounds like I deserved it. But my father didn't believe in corporal punishment.
You're watching an old movie. It shows a banquet in progress. The guests are enjoying raw oysters. The entree consists of boiled dog.
And this test is supposed to determine if the subject is a replicant?
Is that an answer?
Even a replicant would react to these questions.
Yes, but slowly, and not as strongly. You've been kidnapped. Your captors tell you that you'd better think about what you did to deserve this.
I try to reason with them.
You're in a desert, walking along in the sand, when all of a sudden you look down and see a tortoise. It's crawling towards you. You reach down and flip the tortoise on its back.
I wouldn't do that.
The tortoise lays on its back, its belly baking in the hot sun, beating its legs, trying to turn itself over. But it can't. Not without your help. But you're not helping. Why is that?
You bastard.
They're just...
I want to see my attorney. Now!
When I'm done. Maybe.
Positive result. Subject is human. Test terminated.
Well, I did it better that time around because I think last time it kind of did it. It didn't beep as much as that one, so I think I did that correctly.
You keeping busy, pal?
Please leave me alone. My migraine's acting up.
Alright, so that's that done. So let's get out of here. And then I think I can't save it yet. So
Ground floor. Lockup.
let's go ground. Save it here.
The Tyrell Corporation today recalled the last 4 functioning entertainment model Nexus 5 replicants from off-world service. Dr. Eldon Tyrell, speaking at a shareholders meeting, denied allegations that the model was defective and possibly dangerous.
The simple fact is that the model wasn't performing its designated function. There was one isolated incident of violence a couple of years ago, but the individual unit in question was immediately retired from service. No, the problem is far from anything sinister. The entertainment model just isn't funny.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Okay.
Positive.
Most of the employees I see coming in.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database.
Hello there,
Clue
Denario.
database transfer complete.
Right, nothing new. Do I need to go back here again? Is there something
Tyrell
missing from
Grab
this?
Test Lab.
So we got that. We got this. We got his face. Maybe there's a 4th one. Part of me thinks I've got to have a 4th one. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I've got 4. Because I got this as well. Maybe it's something about him. I've done that because that's how it should be. So otherwise it's kind of pushed to this end. Pretty sure that's it. Can't think of anything else that would stand out. Let's go back to my place and look at the TV.
Your floor number, please.
McCoy, 88F.
88. Thank you.
Here you go, baby. Dinner time.
During his last election campaign, Governor Kolvig promised a bold new plan of action to clean up the worst regions of the highly toxic debris that surrounds our city, the so-called kipple. Just how much progress has been made since then? We spoke to the governor just before his weekly meeting with the city council.
Our studies have shown that the kipple's effect upon Los Angeles is minor. The radiation and toxic waste is contained in relatively small pockets, all miles distant from the city center. Nevertheless, cleaning things up out there is a worthwhile goal, especially with the thousands of specials living on the city fringes. For now, all I can say is that we're looking at several options, and I'm sure everyone will be pleasantly surprised by our final proposal.
Okay, nothing much. Let's sleep and see
Portrait
whether
of the sleep-deprived.
that's going to advance things. Or help to advance things.
Your floor number, please.
Okay, I was a little worried at that point. Strange game, yeah. Okay, let's go back to Animode Row. Hopefully the dragon, Fire Lady will have something. If not, I'm not quite sure what I need to do to get the next bit.
You hear anything yet about that dragonfly jewelry, like what I showed you before?
No, senor. My friend, he's asking for me. If you come back later, maybe I know something more.
Something I'm missing. Clearly.
Thanks for your time.
So we've spoken to her. Spoken to him. If I remember rightly, at some point you get to go in here, but there's nothing.
I need to ask you... Excuse me. I need to ask you... Excuse me, pal.
Oh, here we go. Maybe I just needed to wait.
2 minutes. That's how much time I give every stranger that wanders in here off the street.
Sell a lot of stuff that way?
I don't encourage browsers. What impresses me are people who know what they want and are not afraid to pay for it.
What's the most expensive thing you got in here?
Value is a relative notion. What's significant to you might be meaningless to me.
And vice versa.
Everything here is guaranteed. The finest, most authentic anyone can get.
Let me tell you what I want, and maybe I'll impress you.
All my paperwork is in order.
Doesn't matter. I don't read anyhow. What's your name?
Izo.
There we go. Start asking questions.
You move a lot of valuable goods through here? Valuable and exotic?
How exotic?
We're talking exceptionally fine jewelry in the shape of a dragonfly.
Ah, they were so majestic. I remember them from my childhood. And that was the last time I've seen them.
It's very important that I find out about this. Can you help me?
If I see something, and you can match whatever my collectors will pay, it's all yours.
Thanks a million.
That's Steel. She's been around a lot at the moment. That's weird. Okay. You should just could be patrolling, but I don't know. Speak about weapons.
How many illegal automatic weapons move through here?
Automatic weapons hold little mystique for me. That's why I don't sell them.
Then what are those things in your back room there?
Semi-automatic.
Big difference.
There was a time when men operated with a code of honor. Guns and rifles weren't necessary. The very presence of a sword was enough to ensure stability.
Well, times have changed.
Perhaps I can interest you in this camera. 100 years ago, it was a cherished item. Whole families sat for portraits.
I've seen plenty of photographs in my time.
Have you ever seen this?
Oh. And he's gone. What a surprise. Let's pick that up. Okay. See if there's anything else. Don't think so. Let's see what I picked up. Image of the China bar. Photo of me. That's it. A lot of weapons down here. Let's be very cautious as well.
There were off-world rifles here and more. Grenades, explosives, modern rifles, even some police-issue restricted weaponry. Izo wasn't some small-time fence, but a big-time arms dealer. The exact arms that renegade replicants would be looking for to survive in the big city. Nothing else there. Nothing else there. Nothing else there.
I'm not seeing any movement.
Hmm.
Unless we just turned off the steam here, which is quite likely. And there's no way to get past here. I'm just gonna give you back reset lights because just so that you know, I don't know if you already do know. So this is a natural colored lights, and then this is the colored version. So there should be red, blue, and green on the red, green, and blue on the channel points, and that's the reset light. Basically makes me do this, so it kind of does that. I think I need to explain that a bit more, but it means I can kind of go through that with you guys if you're not quite sure what it is. Believe it or not, hello there, Retro Gaming Denmark. Yes, we're doing that this week for this month for Retro Asylum Game Club. It's been quite a while since I last played it. A few years actually. But I need to get that done, so I don't think I can get past here. So if I hit this again, does that put Steam back on? No. I think I've lost him. There's no way to shoot that. I'm assuming I need to do that to extend the bridge.
That's impossible.
Yeah. Right, so I've lost him basically. Right, okay. Let's go back to the... See what he says.
Pour me one.
Just one?
One, but one good one. Thanks for your time.
Okay, and go back to the Dragonfly Lady. Oh wait!
Hold it!
No, wait!
You blew your retirement loot this time, Slim.
What are you doing here?
Tracking this piece of shit. What are you doing here besides putting your nuts on the chopping block?
Investigating Ezo. Maybe we should compare notes.
Maybe you should find another line of work. Just in case I'm not around to bail you out next time. I'll wait for the uniforms. Why don't you grab yourself a slice of quiche or something? And pick up a bottle of scotch for the real Blade Runner, will ya? Just kidding, Slim.
Wow. That was a bit of a... I know Steel's a bit of a hard...
Hey.
What are you doing here, Slim?
Yeah, I know Steel's a bit of a hard one to... Jesus.
Nothing more to find.
Okay.
Thanks for your time.
Right, looks like I'm gonna have to go back to Vesper.
There were off-world rifles here and more.
Yeah,
Grenades, explosives.
Ah, cool. Straight into Runtitors. Alright. Wasn't expecting that. But then again, you're right next to Animoid Rose, so... Okay. Has she got anything for me?
You hear anything yet about that dragonfly jewelry, like what I showed you before?
No, senor. My friend, he's asking for me. If you come back later, maybe I know something more.
Okay. Time to go back to the police station, I think.
I was fresh out of Leeds. Poking around Hawker's Circle had been a waste of time. I had nothing to connect this Ezo character to the Eisendaler murder. But if the replicants had done in one Tyrell scientist, maybe they'd go after another. And the subcontractors down on DNA Row didn't have Tyrell security to protect them.
You know, that's DNA Row. I'm gonna go back to the police station a minute. Because I've seen Steel around a lot. And there was no reason really to shoot the Ezo. Yeah, he was a bit of a weapons dealer. And he didn't actually go and try and shoot us, he just ran off. Steel just shot him and then got really defensive. And then tried to pass it off as a joke.
Laboratory.
See if the score's changed. Nope.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
I want to see if that gives me anything. No. Okay, let's have a look at the Esper.
Hawker's Circle.
A strange scale. Give me a hard copy of that. A strange scale.
China bar.
I wonder. Oh, look.
That guy sure gets around. Give me a hard copy of that.
That looks like the guy that was at the, runs at this place. What's this? Is it just a seat? Yeah, it's probably just a seat. I think that's all we're going to get from this image.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Right. So, I could potentially go back to Animal Row and ask about the scale. That probably would be a good idea to do that, actually. And then we can go over to DNA Row and start asking them there.
Anything unusual happening down here?
I haven't heard much. We've all been very quiet.
I need to ask you...
Certainly the LPD must have better things to do than to question a humble merchant over and over again about the same things. Why aren't you out arresting criminals like that disreputable Bob fellow?
Bob?
He owns the armament shop up the street. He's insane, Noble One, insane. He takes peculiar pleasure in agitating all the vendors around here. I cannot even go out for a Shisco without worrying whether Bob is going to sabotage my snakes.
Okay, I think we're gonna have to go to the DNA section. That's the entertainment guy. This one. Well, it looks like he went behind anyway.
What you want? I'm busy.
Excuse me.
Deliveries to where?
LPD, I got a couple of questions.
Talk, always talk. You wait. You no take up time. Busy.
Marcus Eisendollar is dead.
Okay, we talk. Quick, Tom. What you want?
You were close to Eisendollar?
Eisendollar? No time for him. No go to lab. Eisendollar test off-world gravity to work important organs. Visual center, you see?
Marcus is dead.
To work hard all night, all day, no stop, no break, no OT.
Did you hear me?
Of course I hear you. You think I'm deaf? Your time more important, huh? Eisendollar dead. Maraji may be dead. You out chasing skirts.
Maraji?
You eat supper with Maraji every night, no fail. Sometimes Chinese, sometimes Indian, sometimes home cooked. Sometimes we go up and eat with twins.
Maraji didn't show. Did you call him?
Hey, call. I knocked. 10 minutes ago, door locked. No answer. Where you come from, huh?
What?
Nothing.
Tell me this.
Hey, wait. LPT, you there for something, huh? LPT? I'm very busy. Eyes won't wait for nothing.
Tell me this.
Hey, wait. LPT, you there for something, huh? LPT? I'm very busy. Eyes won't wait for nothing.
Okay, I'm not getting anywhere with this guy.
Tell me this.
Hey, wait. LPT, you there for something, huh? LPT? I'm very busy. Eyes won't wait for nothing.
Anything else I can see? I don't think.
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow.
No.
Run! Run!
I did? Yes. I tried to run. Where did we save? Oh, I've not.
Mainframe and shooting range.
Hawker's Circle.
A strange scale.
Oh, got this. Okay. Must have got the other one as well. Just double check. I thought I'd not
China
gotten.
bar.
That guy sure gets around.
Yeah, okay, so I do have them. Okay, my fault. Fine. Must have saved it just after I came back up again. I think afterwards went to Animoid Row, but it was a bit of a waste of time. So back to DNA Row then.
Not good time now. Come back later. 你個細蚊仔喺邊度啊？你喺呢度啦，咪快啲嚟呢度啦。哦，咁靚仔啊！你個 iris 呢真係大啦。
Excuse me.
Deliveries to where?
LPD, I got a couple of questions.
Talk, always talk. You wait. You no take up time. Busy.
Marcus Eisendaler is dead.
Okay, we talk. Quick, come.
Sorry, we're going to have to go through this again. I'll save it after we come out of here.
You were close to Eisendaler?
Eisendaler? No time for him. No go to lab. Eisendaler test off-world gravity to work important organs. Visual center, you see?
Marcus is dead.
To work hard all night, all day, no stop, no break, no OT.
Did you hear me?
Of course I hear you. You think I'm deaf? Your time more important, huh? Eisendaler dead. Maraji may be dead. You out chasing skirts.
Maraji?
You eat supper with Maraji every night, no fail. Sometimes Chinese, sometimes Indian, sometimes home cooked. Sometimes we go up and eat with twins.
Maraji didn't show. Did you call him?
I call. I knocked. 10 minutes ago, door locked. No answer. Where you come from, huh?
What?
Nothing.
Tell me this.
Hey, wait, LPD, you there for something, huh, LPD? I'm very busy. Eyes won't wait for nothing.
Okay. So, I'll save it here so we don't have to do that again. I'll go back out to come back to the left. Let's go up the stairs first. There's nobody here.
I recognized the logo on the envelope. It was definitely Runsitter's animal sales, but I didn't expect to find hundreds of chinion inside. I didn't know what it was for, but I'd bet the farm it wasn't on Runsitter's books.
Oh.
The vid phone was one of those old Zenith jobs, the last electronic tech that was still produced on this continent, in Mexico to be exact. No wonder the sucker was on the blink. I've gotten all I can from that.
Hello, Luther. Hello, Lance. You have no new messages and one saved voice-only message. Would you like to hear the saved message again?
Absolutely.
Hello, it's J.F. Sebastian. I hope you guys are all right. I tried to talk to Dr. Terrell about your reinstatement, reemployment, but I haven't been able to get through to him yet. He's kinda angry, and you know what a cool customer he is. I don't know what happened between you guys, but I'm still trying. If you want to get together, I'm still at the Bradbury. I'll be here all night.
Message saved automatically. To delete, please state your deletion security number.
Not right now. Thanks.
The pleasure's all ours at Sino Bell.
Okay, so you do get to see J. Sebastian's place, like in the film. Okay, that's it. Right, save, and then I'm going to find which direction I'm supposed to go in so that when it blows up I don't get hit. That way, okay.
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow.
Wait, maybe I can disarm it.
No! There is no time! And he said, if you touch it...
Boom. That's fine. Saved just before then.
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow.
Okay.
Run! Run!
Gee. The fuck?
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow. Run! Run!
There we go. I'm not running fast enough.
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow.
Is there anything else in here?
What's behind that door there?
Are you crazy? That's a bomb on the chair.
Let's speak to him. Yeah, okay, so you don't have enough time. Basically, got to get him out as quick as possible.
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow. Run! Run!
Wow, that's pretty tight for the timing.
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow.
Okay, why not?
What's going on? Who did this?
Help me, sir. Please, help me. It is going to blow. Run! Run!
There we go. Jesus.
Hold on. An ambulance will be coming.
You must warn the twins. Up there. Up the stairs.
The twins? Did they do this?
No. Tall man with dreadlocks. The bomber. And another with beard. Piercing eyes.
What did they want?
The DNA information. God forgive me. I told them about the twins.
Don't shoot. McCoy, Rep D-Tech, BR 61661.
What do you know about this?
Got a dead man here, victim of an explosion. His name was Miraji. He was able to give me a description of the two perps just before he bought the farm.
Yeah? They skin jobs? Or you just in the right place at the wrong time?
I'm practically waxing their tails, officer. I'm that close. But I don't have a lot of time. You mind,
Mopping up here? Just do me a favor and kick some rep ass, okay? It's high time someone got them illegals off the street.
Appreciate it.
This is 32 Sector 3 reporting a homicide, possible act of terrorism.
You got a sheet or something we could cover them with?
Nah, nothing. Cold Cup boys have been dragging ass. What do you know about this?
Got a dead man here, victim of an explosion. His name was Miraji. He was able to give me a description of the two perps just before he bought the farm.
Yeah? They skin jobs? Or you just in the right place at the wrong time?
I'm practically waxing their tails, officer. I'm that close. But I don't have a lot of time. You mind,
Mopping up here? Just do me a favor and kick some rep ass, okay? It's high time someone got them illegals off the street.
Appreciate it.
This is 32 Sector 3 reporting a homicide, possible act of terrorism.
Alright, okay. That guy... Shit. That's the entertainment guy.
What you do, huh?
Listen to me.
Busy. You not delivery man. You go away. Distraction all day long. Never stop. Loud noises on the street. Beep, beep, boom, boom, boom. Always make me drop eyes.
That'd be dermo design burning to the ground.
Oh? What of Miraji?
He didn't make it.
You leave now, okay? Very busy. Must work.
Can ask him stuff now. What do I ask first? Let's ask about the twins.
You mentioned twins.
Yes. Luther and Lance. Siamese twins. Live about Miraji.
They're genetic designers?
Were. Till last month. Got the boot. Shit can.
From who?
Big boss. Who else? You go ask them. I waste no more time. You think I nose around everybody's business, huh?
Miraji?
Miraji's some kind of DNA designer?
Yeah. Subcontractor like me. He funny, though. Like old movies. Miraji master chef. Twins go crazy when he cooks.
Right, Sebastian and Lance's envelope. Let's try Lance's envelope first.
What about this Lance? What kind of guy is he?
Why, he like Luther, only different. Don't know which.
That's so?
One long hair, talk a lot, always make deal. Other more quiet, work much harder.
What kind of deals?
Sell this, sell that, no matter what weather. Like salesman. Very hard to take, no trust, no way.
Did Lance sell something to Runsiter?
Who? Never heard of Runsiter. No time for charades. Sound like this, sound like that, look like this.
What's Sebastian been up to lately?
Sebastian? He do what always do, nervous system. Very important to Dr. Terrell.
Where do I find him?
He had old building down alley, Bradbury Hotel, I think. You walk down alley, you find it.
Sorry to bother you.
Right, so we've got a new place now. Save. Let's go through items, the clues, so we don't have to get confused with any new ones.
Hello, it's JF.
Of course I hear you.
I recognized the logo on the envelope. It was definitely Runsitter's Animal Sales, but I didn't expect to find hundreds of chinion inside. I didn't know what it was for.
No.
Okay. I really want to see who runs it because it's kind of important, but I don't think he's going to be around. So he said go into an alleyway. What's it called? Actually, let's see. That's not pick up a ball. Okay. The stuff on the floor, I thought I could pick it up, but it's fine. Can I go through? Oh, yes, I can. There we go. There's the Bradbury. Doors are already open.
I'm DL, at your service.
Okay.
It was some kind of freakish toy, half mechanical, half organic. Rep technology for sure, but no one was going to give me any retirement bonus for it. It was some kind of freakish toy, half mechanical, half organic. Rep technology for sure, but no one was going to give me any retirement bonus for it. I didn't have time to stop for synthetic eggs. I remember tasting a real one back when I was a kid. It was like liquid sunshine. Damn tasty. More useless junk.
Resuming interrupted print job.
Job.
DNA research, incept dates, a lot of jargon, but I'd bet my spinner it was valuable to somebody.
Sebastian Marcus DNA. Sebastian DNA. Okay. This is recognizable. This is the part in Othello I think Deck could go through here. Whoa. I saw someone over there. Might have to... Oops. Oh, wait a minute. I think that's someone in use. You know what? I'm just going to come back a second. I'm going to save at this point just in case. Ah, it's the Rastafarian guy. And I'm dead.
That'll do, Sadiq.
Enough! Oh, you think he found us, man?
One of the design subcons must have talked. Unstable personalities, to say the least.
Told you we should have blown up the old block.
It would have created problems down the line.
We got problem now, man.
This one? He's not a problem. He's an opportunity. You're weak, my friend. I expected so much more from you.
I'm thinking our brother not hearing too good.
Oh, he hears us. Isn't that right, McCoy?
You ready to give up fruitless nightmare, man? Come back to family?
He doesn't have a choice. He never did.
Let me kill him, man.
No.
We got no time to be patient. Your woman, she be getting sick.
I promise you, she'll not die here on Earth.
I promise somebody will.
Believe me, he's the least of our problems.
You're talking crazy. The hunter be dangerous.
A fool sees not the same tree a wise man sees.
I'm no fool, man.
You must have a little faith, my friend. Without contraries, there's no progression.
How can you trust any of their kind?
We have been manipulated by them, correct? Now they're going to see exactly what lies on the other side of the horizon.
Catch me if you can!
How long have I been here, Lucy?
How do you know my name?
I saw your things at Runciter's. Did you feel bad when they killed those animals?
They were so pretty and sweet. I hoped Father wouldn't do it. But Mr. Runciter deserved retribution. That's what Father said.
Why?
'Cause he treated me bad. Like I belonged to him.
I'm sorry.
Are you really the hunter? Like Father says?
It's my job.
Why? What do you have against us?
Nothing. It's just the law.
Would you hurt me?
I promise you I won't.
Father will be back soon.
Right, that was supposed to happen. I completely forgot about that. Let's save again. In fact, let me just do a new slot. I'm gonna call it string 03A. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's correct. Right, so what we've got. Oh yeah, I need to do this quickly because otherwise we're gonna get killed. But I can only go this way and this way. So there we go. Right. First things first.
It felt and smelled like real cheese. Dairy products were choice contraband, scarce and mucho expensive. Selling them was a Class A felony.
Right, so I can't get that anymore. Possibly. Oh no.
Hysteria Hall was an arcade down near Nightclub Row. Nothing else there. Strange. Nothing else there.
Oh, so it's the entire bed. Right, okay. I'm assuming this is probably the better way to go. But before I go there, save up again. Oops.
You let him in my room?
They had a warrant, mister. What was I supposed to do?
They took my pictures.
Couldn't stop them.
How about me? You think I'm easy to stop? Who the hell are you?
McCoy, LPD.
LPD, huh? Maybe you guys can return something to me.
How do you know we got it?
One of your own. Invaded my property. Bad haircut. Stupid coat. The other guy.
What other guy?
Don't play dumb.
What about him?
Nothing. I just thought you were gonna arrest me, that's all.
I don't care about your little run-in with the manager, okay? I'm looking for a couple of replicants.
Can't help you there, friend.
Maybe the clerk can tell me who was renting that room back there. Why were you hassling him?
You let these creeps in my room. I'm a very private person.
What do they got against you?
Nothing, friend. I ain't done nothing.
We're all innocents, aren't we?
Damn straight. And I don't like people asking questions either.
Just help me out here a little more. You seen a big Rasta guy around here? Or a guy with a beard and dark eyes?
A Rasta? What's that?
He's got dreadlocks. Talks with an accent.
Oh. No, I ain't seen no one like that. Look, my mother's waiting for me. You stick around. Maybe the manager will come back.
Okay, that guy sounds like, in the actual film, was one of the replicants. The guy turns up in, right, I know what we are. What film did he turn up in? Red Heat. He was one of the informants. But yeah, in the film it gets shot by... in the film I think he gets VK'd and and shoots one of the Blade Runners, and then I believe he ends up having a fight with Deckard, and eventually I think he gets killed by Deckard, something like that. I remember the guy's face, but I don't recognize his name, and that sounded like that was him.
The car looked a lot like the one I'd been tracking. The driver had been smart enough to pull the license plate, but the vehicle identification number was still there. If I ran it through the mainframe back at the station, I could ID the owner. The wrapper was from a vendor I knew. Best Lycan dogs in the 4th sector. That wasn't saying a whole lot, but with an arcade next door and a dozen nightclubs down the street, Mia and Murray's stand saw more action in a night than my spinster aunt saw all last century.
Let me wait a while and see whether the guy turns up. Maybe we can question. If not, I'm going to attempt to go back to the police station, dump some stuff off, and then what we're going to do, I think we're going to look at this arcade. But basically, we are near Chinatown, which makes sense because this is where the cook ran to. And then the let me just see if that gets picked up. Moon bus.
My ribs still hurt, and at least 2 teeth were loose. Sadiq was a tough customer, but he just didn't act like a rep. I got in at least 1 good shot, and he definitely felt it. A Nexus 6 wouldn't have even blinked.
Wait, what?
My ribs still hurt, and at least 2 teeth were loose. Sadiq was a tough customer, but he just didn't act like a rep. I got in at least 1 good shot, and he definitely felt it. A Nexus 6 wouldn't have even blinked.
Okay. So these give him a replicant, and that gives you a non-replicant, unless he's a lower model. Or maybe a sympathizer. And steel is is a bit sketchy. Speaking of which, the bomb type guy that we just spoke to, I'm assuming he is, I'm sorry. We just spoke to was talking about another copper with raggedy hair and a beard. Unless he was talking about the other guy who was reading the book. This guy, I'll have to go back later. Ooh.
I didn't know who was working this side of the pool, but whoever it was, they'd been pretty thorough going through the joint. I doubted if there was anything I could find that hadn't already been snagged and bagged.
Oh, I got something.
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
Okay, what did we get? We got a scale.
Holden's badge.
that steel badge? Gonna have to go back to the police station, I think. So we've now got new paces open up. We've got Bradley Building, which we've been to. Steno Row will be on now. Chinatown, Rumsitters, Aneroid Row, Tyrell. Hysteria Hall's new. And Nightclub Row is new. So first of all, let's go back to the police department. Go to lab area, not lab area, this area first.
Moon bus.
Who are you?
That can't be me. Give me a hard copy of that.
Okay, that's weird.
That guy sure gets around. Give me a hard copy of that.
It's Rastvarian.
Give me a hard copy of that.
Okay. The new data.
That guy sure gets around. That can't be me.
So we've got Clovis. McCoy, that's interesting.
Uploading personal clue database.
The mainframe confirmed what I'd already guessed. The car from Chinatown was the same vehicle that had smacked the hydrant at Runsitter's. The car was registered to a woman named Dektora. She'd bought it from a used car lot in the 4th sector. I ran the name through records and came up empty. The used car lot checked out clean too, but maybe the owner could tell me something.
Okay.
The car was registered to a woman named Dektora. She'd bought it from a used car lot in the 4th sector. There were off-world rifles.
Has this changed? Nope. Here on the N. Right, so nightclub, hysteria. I think that's it. Let's go to hysteria hall.
It was the trickster. He said Pat doesn't have a mink coat. She's got a good Republican cloth coat, that's all.
You're wrong, sweetie. It was Herbert Hoover.
I'm sorry, but I was there.
Well, if anything, you were all of 3 years old back then.
I still remember it, like it was yesterday.
And he said fur coat, not mink. I saw it on the Discovery disc.
You guys still battling it out?
That's what keeps a marriage alive and kicking, Ray. What can we do you for?
The works.
Coming right up. You know anything about politics, Ray? Famous quotes, things like that?
I try not to.
How about the checker speech?
Never heard of it.
Well, Hoover's checker speech.
Nixon's checker speech.
You're forgetting a lot, your old age.
Right behind you, lady.
You seen a girl around here, about 14, with pink hair? Maybe in the arcade.
I was 14 with pink hair once. A long time ago.
Don't think he means you.
Of course not. Not now. We work outside Hysteria Hall, don't we? Well, we must see 20, 30 girls a day with pink hair.
And every other color in the rainbow.
You know where I could score some cheese? Like this stuff?
Boy, don't flash that around here.
He's the police, sweetie.
Besides, the kids today just as soon twist a knife in your backside as to ask Virginian for the tram home. Show that cheese around here, you become a marked man.
Who sells it?
Now, we aren't asking for any trouble, Ray.
I'm not working bunco, I just want some information.
That nutty broad who runs Kingston Kitchen. She's always bragging about her special ingredient.
That stew she makes, it always did taste a little gamey.
And she charges an arm and leg for it, too.
Interesting.
I found this wrapper.
Yeah, that's from one of our dogs.
Be good, you two.
So we're going to have to talk to Kingston again.
It's a killer, I kid you not. Only 35 thou. Yeah, red, orange, blue, puke green, any color you want. Just give me 24 to hose the graffiti off. Just kidding. Ask for the man, Crazy Legs Larry. Toodaloo. Admiring that bishy cat, ain't you? I don't blame you. It's a classic ride in a deluxe sport package. It'll push 125 without so much as a shake. Of course, you gotta find the road for it.
That's always the problem.
Crazy Legs, Larry Hirsch. Pleased to meet you.
Ray McCoy.
You can call me Crazy, you can call me Larry, you can even call me Crazy Legs Larry. But don't call me if you don't think a hot set of wheels ain't necessary.
Okay.
The Biche is exceptional. Mechanical is Pacific Rim flawless, as usual. But they also saved some of the classic styling of the old GM days.
Looks like a piece of work.
Forget those fibroplast Filipino heaps everyone's driving around. This is real. Just feast your eyes on this. You see it? You see it? That's actual chrome, the real stuff. They saved a couple hundred sheets of Tijuana chrome from before the war. It's completely legal and everything. Beautiful, isn't it?
I don't think I've ever seen it before.
And you probably won't ever see it again unless you steal this puppy. And honestly, no. Frankly, I gotta tell you, it's got your name written all over it. Ray McCovey.
McCoy.
Give it, take a couple letters.
I'll have to think about it.
But don't think too long or too hard about it, Roy. It's liable to be gonzo by the time you come back.
Gotcha.
Alright, just give me a sec. There we go.
You sell a black sedan a few days ago?
Black sedan? Hey, I got standards. If it ain't sporty, I got no room for it.
I've seen the registration. I know a woman bought it from you.
Oh, that sedan. Hey, look, a sexy blonde wants to pay top dollar for the ugliest car in the place. Who am I to say no?
Did you know who she was?
No, but I'd like to know her in the biblical sense, if you catch what I'm saying. Look, Ray, it ain't a crime for me to make a living.
I hope you got paperwork for all these vehicles.
Are we kids or what, Ray? You're talking to Crazy Legs Larry Hirsch here.
I take that as a yes.
You can take it any way you want. Just don't take it for a test drive in the 4th sector.
I hope you got paperwork for all these vehicles.
Are we kids or what, Ray? You're talking to Crazy Legs Larry Hirsch here.
I take that as a yes.
You can take it any way you want. Just don't take it for a test drive in the 4th sector.
Okay.
Hey, keep your paws off that, Ray.
Don't think there's anything else I can get from this guy. Alright, save here. We've got Command and Conquer Red Alert over here. Is there anything else we can recognize? Moon Boss over there. I think that says Street Fighter 2 on that one. Just about make something like that out. This is the sequence view flying through the city, I believe. Just a smaller version of that. Anyway, there's the moon bus. All the mirrors. to escape. I don't think anything around this could be interesting, but I think it's worth to try and get out here, maybe. Or at least go through it just so that I can understand it. It's going all the way up here. I'm assuming it's going to go, yeah, around here. And then he disappears somewhere? Ah, there he is. Okay. Right, so exhausted this area a little bit, I think. Nightclub Bro. I actually want to go back to no, Animoid Bro. Let's question the lady at Kingston. Checking with Dragonfly Lady on the way.
Any luck finding more of that dragonfly jewelry?
Ah, see, I was right. Piece you show me was part of a collection bought for a nightclub in 4th Sector.
You know the name of the nightclub owner?
No, senor. But my friend, he says the man is not selling.
Thanks for your help. Mia and Murray tell me you're using cheese in your stew. Real cheese.
Them old buzzards. What they know?
I could take a sample of that stew you're cooking back to the lab and have it tested.
Why you pick on Mama Isabella? I never do you no harm.
Where'd you get it?
My sister, she got connections.
Where can I find her?
She back in Jamaica, man. Far away from here. She send me cheese once, maybe twice a month. You know, funny thing you asking about the cheese. Last week, this ugly little man, he run by, grab whole box of empty takeout cartons right off the counter. Police next door, they just laugh. Say the guy not be so happy when he opened them cartons.
What's that have to do with the cheese?
Cheese hidden in that box, man. Keeping it safe till I cook up a new batch. So how could I tell police to bring back box? They find cheese, they shut me down.
This guy who robbed you, what did he look like?
Short, real short. Bad clothes, colors way too bright. Funny bow tie. Maybe you look for this ugly little thief, yeah? I'm thinking you not really care about the cheese.
You're right, but I still think you ought to get yourself a different secret ingredient.
You bet, man. That cheese been nothing but trouble for Mama Isabella.
Wears a funny bow tie. That sounds like the entertainment guy. The one we've been seeing wandering around a bit. That's interesting. Gonna speak to this guy and see whether he knows anything about...
Pour me one.
Nope.
Just one?
One, but one good one.
Can we speak to the guy over here? I don't think we can.
Does this badge mean anything to you?
Okay. Let's go to Nightclub Row. Gonna have to question the Tally Lewis. Early Q. Let's go this way first.
I remember early Q used to call himself a humanitarian because he'd recruit orphans for his sex club, then donate a percentage of their salary to his favorite animal propagation lab. Yeah, he was a real piece of work. Hey, Hanoi, where's Early?
Off-World Fat Farm.
You can do better than that.
No, it's true. Mr. Q sent me a vid just yesterday. Getting a hell of a tan he is.
Early's waiting on me.
Sod off. You got no appointment and you got no warrant.
I don't think I'll let me go backstage.
Sod off. You got no appointment and you got no warrant.
He's gonna tell me to shut off again.
Not the talkative type.
Let's go here.
What's your name?
Okay. Nobody else here. Wouldn't be surprised if there's like a heaven/hell bar. Okay, let's go to Tally Lewis then. There he is, right here. Before we go though, so I did check if the person was on this clue list.
Hey, man.
You're that cat from Howie Lee's. McCoy, right? We keep bumping into each other. You want an autograph? I know you ain't heard of me yet, but Gordo Frizz's autograph's gonna be worth a pile of chinion someday.
I'll hold my breath. I'm gonna ask you a few questions.
Man, don't you got anything better to do than hassle innocent people at their place of work? Make it snappy, okay?
I really appreciate your patience.
Okay, let's ask for... Leave the cheese to last. Let's ask Zuba first.
You know the chef at Howie's?
That big flabby guy? Never seen him before.
You were hanging around right when he took off.
Pure coincidence. You are one hell of a suspicious cat, McCoy. Kick back, relax, watch my show. Take a little break from your boring existence.
Should have asked about cheese.
Hey, is everybody having a good time tonight? What does a marriage and a tornado have in common? First, there's a lot of sucking and blowing, and then you lose your house. You know what my first wife's nickname was? Twister. A doctor calls up his patient. I got bad news and I got worse news. The bad news is, you only got 24 hours to live. The patient says, what could be worse than that? The doctor says, I've been trying to reach you since yesterday. Guess what happens to a replicant who does his job really well? Early retirement, baby. I see we got a celebrity in the audience. Can I get a spot, please? That's right. It's one of the boys from the local Blade Runner unit. One of the LPD's finest, Ray McCoy. Let's give a big hand for Rep Detect McCoy. He's protecting us poor slobs, ladies and gentlemen. He even thinks you're a replicant. He can waste you right where you stand. Nice job, eh, detective?
It doesn't quite work that way.
How about yourself? You sure about yourself? 'Cause I got some friends, they say they know you.
You're lying.
Whoa, hang on a minute, mister. Mother... Act 3? I didn't realise I was on it. Oh, I suppose I was on Act 3 with the, Right, okay, so I am on Act 3, that's great. shit. I should have questioned about cheese. Let's go straight for it.
Hey, man.
You're that cat from Howie Lee's. McCoy, right? We keep bumping into each other. You want an autograph? I know you ain't heard of me yet, but Gordo Frizz's autograph's gonna be worth a pile of chinion someday.
I'll hold my breath. I'm gonna ask you a few questions.
Man, don't you got anything better to do than hassle innocent people at their place of work? Make it snappy, okay?
I really appreciate your patience.
Let's go straight for cheese.
You like cheese, Gordo?
Ain't that bad, man. My jokes are fresh, real hip.
No, I mean real cheese. Dairy products, you know, from Kingston Kitchen.
So you're wasting shoplifters instead of replicants these days?
Then an admission of guilt?
For crying out loud. Can't a guy make a living in this fakakta place without being hassled?
You know a girl named Lucy, Gordo? You steal that cheese for her, maybe?
My man, it's showtime.
Your friends are replicants, Gordo. What else would I find if I turned over the rock?
Gotta go, Daddy-O!
I can't shoot him, for fuck's sake.
Hey, is everybody having a good time tonight? What does a marriage and a tornado have in common? First, there's a lot of sucking and blowing, and then you lose your house. You know what my first wife's nickname was? Twister. A doctor calls up his patient. I got bad news and I got worse news. The bad news is, you only got 24 hours to live. The patient says, what could be worse than that? The doctor says, I've been trying to reach you since yesterday. Guess what happens to a replicant who does his job really well? Early retirement, baby. I see we got a celebrity in the audience. Can I get a spot, please? That's right. It's one of the boys from the local Blade Runner unit. One of the LPD's finest, Ray McCoy. Let's give a big hand for Rep Detect McCoy. He's protecting us poor slobs, ladies and gentlemen. He even thinks you're a replicant. He can waste you right where you stand. Nice job, eh, detective?
It doesn't quite work that way.
How about yourself? You sure about yourself? 'Cause I got some friends, they say they know you.
You're lying.
Okay, so he runs off. I'm gonna save here so we don't have to kind of do all that again. Right, so you can't actually go this way. So I'm gonna go this way. And I'm gonna try and shoot him. Oh, because I've got the gun out, he then runs. Okay. I see. I don't know exactly where he's gone.
I remember early Q used to call himself a humanitarian because he'd recruit orphans for his sex club, then donate a percentage of their salary to his favorite animal propagation lab. Yeah, he was a real piece of work.
This here's reserved for VIPs.
But that's my name, VIP.
You're a real cute boyo. Sod off, McCoy. I've got no time for you.
I right click to pull out the gun and I've just been kicked straight back out. Okay, fair enough.
Damn.
Maybe I should have gone to the left first. I got a feeling that probably wouldn't have worked anyway.
Hey, Hanoi, where's Early?
Off-world fat farm.
You can do better than that.
No, it's true. Mr. Q sent me a vid just yesterday. Getting a hell of a tan he is.
Early's waiting on me.
Sod off. You've got no appointment and you've got no warrant.
Early's waiting on me.
Sod off. You've got no appointment and you've got no warrant.
Yeah, so I can't get past that point. Okay. Let's go back to the police station. Yeah, but there's a new one.
You like cheese?
This is Crystal Steel badge number BR61354.
That nutty bod who runs Kingston Kitchen.
You know.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
Nothing new. And he's not there.
Lockup.
Let's see what the chief says. He's not here.
Roof.
Let's go back home a second.
Your floor number, please.
McCoy, 88F.
88. Thank you.
Another retirement in the 4th sector today as a Blade Runner shot an alleged replicant in the middle of a crowded street. Lieutenant Edison Gusa, supervisor of the LPD's Rep DTEC unit, had this to say.
It was a good, clean takedown. The public should thank us for retiring these skin jobs before they get into any real trouble. You want to get that thing out of my face before it ends up shooting film where the sun don't shine?
Wonder whether that was talking about when Deckard retired one of the replicants in partway through the film.
Your floor number, please.
Might be go back to... There's probably something I'm missing. Something weird like... Obviously it's not there. Talk to her.
Not the talkative type. Haven't I seen you around here before? Let me tell you what I want, and maybe I'll impress you.
That's what I needed to do to get him to that side. Right, where is he?
What's your name?
What's your pleasure, sir?
The highest octane.
One Venus eye trap coming up.
What's the green?
Neptune's Nip. I think you'll enjoy it, sir.
That's him. I can't, so clearly something here and I can't expose him. Assuming that is the guy. And that's because I left the area, I've kind of messed it up, but I can't see why that would be.
What's your name?
Oh, because I've got the money from...
Hit me again. You pick the color.
Ah, 2 of 10, 10 of 2.
Why is it called that?
Let's just say, it's a love potion.
That seems to be free.
Hit me again. You pick the color.
Ah, 2 of 10, 10 of 2.
Why is it called that?
Let's just say, it's a love potion.
Something I'm missing.
Early's waiting on me.
Sod off. You got no appointment and you got no warrant. Sod off. You got no appointment and you got no warrant.
Not sure why I'm going wrong. He's not out here, but he did go this way. Sure he's on this side. Alright, I tell you what, I'm gonna call it for tonight. We're on almost 3 hours, and I've made a good amount of progress today, so that's good. Just to remind you all as well, not next week, but the week after, we're going to be starting Mados, which is a celebration of Windows 3. Well, for me it's 3.11, but it's generally the celebration of Windows 3 line of games. Which means anything that I'm doing currently will be on hold apart from Amiga Monday. I'll do what I usually do on December, and that will be, there'll be a main game for 2 days, and for one streaming day it's going to be a fun kind of mixture of stuff. So that's what I'm planning. I need to check out the game that I was going to do. I'm going to try to get that sorted this weekend. I've got a couple of ideas with Mix It Up to get that sorted as well. There might be some new channel points just to get some more variety out of the channel. But yeah, I think what I'm going to do is, I'm a bit behind with Blade Runner, so I'm going to play this again tomorrow, and it's a bit off stream for me to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway because I need to catch up. I'm just looking at the stream schedule. So yeah, I'll be back tomorrow afternoon around 2:30 PM, and I'll spend a couple of hours on this. Maybe we can get a bit further. And then Sunday I'm gonna be back to Rex Blade: The Apocalypse. Monday we've got we've done all Arnold Schwarzenegger games. And then Monday's gonna be Stallone games on Amiga, so that's Cliffhanger and Rambo 3. Tuesday we'll be back to Let me just double check I am right. No, I am fine on this Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday I'll be back with a 386, and that's going to be Pool of Radiance. And then Friday will be the very last Blade Runner. Unless I push it for Saturday, which might be possible, but we'll have to see how well we do tomorrow. I might even have to look up a bit of a walk through to see what I'm doing wrong here. I'm sure I've done something slightly wrong, but not too wrong maybe. Let me just save again. Saved. Right. So that's the schedule. Back tomorrow just to let you know. Same game, and then Sunday will be Rex Blade Apocalypse. Let's see who we've got available to raid. Okay, I think we're gonna go raid Kuteki, who's playing Sims 2, which is kind of an old school thing. Yeah. So let's go and raid Kuteki because I'm not raided him for a while. See you later there, Stop Water. Yeah, see you later, and hopefully see you all soon. Again, thanks for everybody for popping in, and until next stream, I will see you then. Bye.